You do this handle here, it's all CPVC glued together, so it's not going to break. Just ran into a fan already, setting up a gold cube up there. It's pretty cool. It's actually the first person I've ever seen besides me gold panning. So this tub, we want to get it kind of level, relatively level, and then if you can get it on a spot like this to rock it, to shake it, and then this here has a handle to also shake it. And underneath these bottles, hopefully don't have holes in them. We'll keep this up off the water level, and then all the dirt will be on that, and this is our classifier. So we got to get it filled with water. These are much easier to deal with than the big 5-gallon buckets. Hi. Where are you two? Imagine doing that with a 5-gallon bucket. So, at it again. So this here is a lot easier cleaning off these big rocks, and I can sit down right next to it. A lot easier than trying to dig them out in those buckets, and when you mix it up, it packs it all in there. So it's another way that this is just a lot easier and quicker. And I'm not trying to sell anything. I don't really care. I mean, I don't think anyone else is ever going to make one of these, and I'm not selling them. Just showing why I made it and why it works pretty well. And another thing, it's really for this spot because there isn't a good place to put a sluice. So, you know, and then if you want to get a pump, you can go get a 12 volt and a pump and everything, or just get a little table like this. I mean, it works. I've seen the gold recovery out of 4 hours, and we'll see again today. So there's a lot of snakes in here. So let's just go ahead and walk through it with shorts on. Shoes. Wow, this is overgrown. Pretty cool, man. The gold cube, huh?
Yep.
Worked pretty good for you?
Actually, it does.
Yeah, I've never heard that they don't.
Yeah, I mean, it'll take right down the flour gold out. So, and the thing is, you can run a ton more material through it. Here, this farm, now I've gone up on the Arkansas and stuff, and then out toward Fairplay. But as far as here, this is my first time here.
Yeah, I can't speak for the river itself, but what I did is I did a Google Earth.
Right.
And I looked at the way this came in. And so this whole area bends in here. So
Right.
basically all this dirt right in here is kind of my secret.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know about the actual river, so it'll be cool to find out.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, because I want to see, what I'm trying to do is find where it's actually feeding from, where it's coming from. You know, of course you got the reservoir up above,
Yeah.
you know, but that water that comes out of the reservoir is, it's not off the bottom. So,
Right.
you know, there's got to be a natural feed for this.
Yeah.
We did find some quartz gold. Actually, some pieces that were still embedded in quartz.
Okay. So you're talking
Up
about
on West Creek. Well, what it turns out is, you know, I've done all of West Creek, and I haven't found it other than that one spot. But it's where they replaced the road fill. And they brought in that red granite, and that's where I think it came in with the road fill.
Yeah. That red stuff is a lot of decomposing feldspar.
Yeah.
It could be good. Awesome, man. It's so cool to see other people out here. Everyone else is just fishing or doing inner tubes, you know?
All right, cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
So when that's about full, we'll bring it to the river, fill it with water, and use the drill. And then do that a couple of times. And after a couple of times of doing that, you'll have a sufficient amount to pan. Alright, I'll get you a smaller bucket. So when your bucket has dirt left over in it, you want to make sure and pour that dirt into there. Don't pour it into the river. You'll learn if you do this like long enough, you'll learn to get paranoid about every little teeny piece of dirt.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was asking on those buckets when we were over there. And there's a little bit of dirt in there. I wasn't sure if we needed to worry
I wasn't sure there. I think it was stuff that was already washed out.
Okay.
So right here, I actually set here for purposely. So you put this here, and then you can tilt it, and then you can get your water from here. And you see all the black sand?
These off.
So you know that you've got some good stuff. It's got magnetite in it.
Okay.
So first put water in it. Kind of like an earthquake. When an earthquake happens, it basically liquefies the soil, not water. So kind of doing the same thing, but with water, obviously. Yep, so just mix it all up. And you can pretty much go crazy with it. Hi. You ran into the Prospector channel here. Hi. I need that dog.
Looks like he's having a blast, huh?
All right, cool. Now get the bucket, the water. Yep. And just pour water in there, just aggressively basically, and let it overflow. Yep. So all this stuff pouring out is your overburden. And then also what you'll do now, so all this here, if you feel with your hand, oh yeah, you got that mixed up real good. So we're gonna let it settle a little bit.
Okay.
And that's about enough. Pour it out. Now you see that chunky stuff? So let's see when I was pouring it. It's a little,
Not that
see?
one.
Yeah, so that's when you want to add more water. Yep. And then you can basically, the drill has done its job at this point. So now you can just kind of, yeah, exactly. And then just add more water and keep doing that. And then kind of mix it with your hand in between, and you just kind of get a feel for it, you know? When you want to keep all the gold and black sands, yeah, so it needs more water. Yep, cool. So this is now concentrated down classified material. So twice broke down. We'll see what's in it. And that was about 10 minutes. It was probably about 20, maybe 30 shovelfuls of dirt. Got that down a little bit in about 10 minutes. So this area that I'm in really just has fine gold mostly. Every now and then I'll get some buckets like this, and instead of running it through the screen, I'll go ahead and just wash it down by hand and with the drill, and then pan it and test it. And then a lot of times I'll just kind of do half and half, half of this, Didn't bring the metal detector, but that pile's all right there. It's not going anywhere. I have the same pile there from last year. So I'll just bring the metal detector up and go over it. But I almost guarantee there's nothing in it. I don't know how small the gold metal detector picks up, but probably not that very small pieces. So anyway, someone can go ahead and say so in the comments if they know about that. Or I guess I could just Google it later. Anyway, I'm gonna clean up these buckets now. See if there's anything bigger than flour. So it has been 10 minutes now. I'm still working down this one bucket of dirt. 2.5 gallon size bucket of dirt. I would have put it into this table tub. I could have done 6 of these in that same amount of time, and I'm still not done. So I'm still working this down. So I mean, that amount of black sand in one bucket, I mean, you're in a good spot, but you can't take 10 minutes to work this much down. And that's why I've got this table, but I think what I need to do is take the screen out of it so that I only have the expanded metal. I don't know if I can do that here out in the field, but I'll give it a shot. So we want to get that big guy out of there. Pretty, but I've got enough stuff like that. Leave it for a fish to collect rocks. Maybe there's a fish that lives in here as a rock hound. Give that to him. So this is just a test to see that I'm not losing anything big. And that's why I'm running this screen with the expanded metal. So the time it just took me to do this, I could have done 6-fold more. Watching the water goes over. See that sitting there? That's gold. See that speck that's sitting there, not moving? So that's gold. Alright, so there's some other little tiny teeny pieces in there. We can do way better than that though. So what I'm gonna do is actually leave that dirt alone. Let's grab the dirt from up there.
Alright.
Thought about bringing the generator up here with the vacuum. Be pushing my luck though with rules. So you see we're on bedrock, river rock inside it. So this was all underwater. Real pretty quartz and feldspar. So all this that you swept up here, you want to just go and throw it away. Just kidding. It's the good stuff. So you really do want to get as deep down as you can. I mean, a vacuum really would be a good idea. Like with water and without a filter on it, you know, water here. Dredge, basically, is what I'm saying. So a piece of fluorite is in there. Actual cube of fluorite. Just wanted to show it. Not keeping it. These guys, and I'm dropping. Pretty. Don't really need them, but I'll just put them in there. Maybe someone wants them. So anyway, another thing you do is take this handle here. It's all CPVC glued together, so it's not going to break. And I think my bottles underneath are starting to get a little lame, but they were working good enough to where this was lifted all up. You spread this out, and then you could see it without having to lift up one side at a time and just kind of inspect everything. But I gotta fix the bottles here underneath, get some bigger ones. Another piece of fluorite right there, and likely the same one. Whatever cube structure this was in, yeah, it sucks that it's broken, but there, you know, I never would have found it, most likely anyway. So I mean, without getting to it in a way that it was gonna break. So you do another inspection when you're dumping it. So anything that's underneath, once you dump it, you flip everything over, and then you can inspect again. So I'm inspecting my dig here a little closer, looking for where that cube came from. And this quartz has what looks like fluorite mixed with iron sulfide, possibly. I am not saying that's for sure, I don't know, but right here, see that? So I need to maybe get some comments on what that could be. And I mean, I knew there was fluorite in this quartz, but it's bedrock. There's not really much I can do about it. You know, again, the only way to get it out is breaking it. It's just kind of pointless. It's kind of funny. I thought, I'm just taking a break and I was looking up and I thought someone was digging right there. And I'm like, why in the hell would anybody dig there? And I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, nobody's gonna dig there. And what is that? And I'm like, did a tree fall out? And then I look down, yeah, and there's the log. Huh. So that tree actually fell from there and left that hole. Pretty cool. Or something. Some nice quartz pieces here. It's real pretty feldspar probably trapped inside. And then the lines. There were some more pieces with some lines on them and possible crystal faces. It might be in that bucket. It's all fractures. Now there's one. See the face? Got a few honorable mentions here. Small books of mica. This is a really cool piece of iron or hematite. And this is, I don't know, olivine, maybe.